Dawn, how different is it not looking out there and seeing Leah and Bree, 4-year starters that were out there, and how is this group, kind of gelling together?
It's obviously they were mainstays for the last 4 years, and to not have them is definitely a big void. But this crew is stepping up. They're starting to figure some things out. Summer was a different story. Summer was almost 2009. But they're gelling a lot more. I think there's a lot to be desired. It's a lot of encouragement by what's taking place over the past couple of weeks. Forced, but it's taking place.
Do you see some evidence that the things Aaliyah and Zaya and that group did are rubbing off on them as you come into practice?
No. This is a totally different group. The slate is wiped clean. This is all about this particular group. It's not a bad thing. It's just, it's them. And we can't erase what took place for the last 4 years. But we can start anew and give this team its own identity, and it's not bad. They're not bad. They're in a good place.
Is Ja okay?
Ja?
Yeah, Sonya.
She's okay. I gave her the week off.
I know it's very early, but what do you think the identity of this team is at this point? What do you kind of hope it is going into the season?
It's probably just encouragement. I see some things defensively that mirror how we play. I see some things offensively that are pretty good, considering who we had. So I think we can expect the unexpected, which isn't a bad thing. It's just we expected the expected the past 4 years, and we don't have that luxury. But this team has a chance to be pretty good.
Speaking of the unexpected, Coach, how do you think this team will surprise people on the outside, whether schematically or just performance-wise?
I don't know. It'll be a game by game. It'll be a day by day, because that's what it's been. Until we're able to just rattle off and be consistent in what we're doing and be good in all things that we're doing, instead of, a day here, a day there. But you see glimpses of if they're able to put it all together.
There's so much hype here in Columbia with Malaysia going to the college level. How have you seen her adjusting to this level after a stellar career, Keenan?
She's very, very coachable. She wants to be great, and we want to be great. There's struggle in greatness, and she'll struggle this year at times, and then at times she'll look like a fantastic freshman. So I think what she is she's trusting the process. She trusts us as coaches, and that is half the battle, especially when you're the hometown hero and you've done some great things, and things that you've done on the high school level aren't working here. So you got to go in your bag, and you got to figure it out. And she understands things, and she plays off of her instincts, and sometimes that doesn't work. It doesn't work on this level. Sometimes it does. So we got to get her playing sure basketball, and that's a process for her. So we don't expect her to be perfect. She's gonna turn the ball over. She's gonna take some ill-advised shots. She's gonna woo us though. At the same time, she's gonna give us everything she gave us as a high schooler. So, but as she progresses, maybe we won't see as many mistakes. But we're gonna let her play, because that's what we recruited her to do. We're just gonna teach her along the way.
Dawn, it sounds like she's adapting pretty well. Can you compare it to another one of your freshmen who maybe came in at the same rate as the way she's picking things up?
Nope, she's different. She's different in all of them. She's different in that she can do things that not the freshmen that came in before her. They just couldn't do the type of things that she can do with the basketball, and she defends as well. So. I'll be happy when she gets to a point when she figures it all out. But I'm gonna be with her throughout, the times in which, we're all looking like, why did she do that? But that's part of the process of of becoming great. You don't just become great. You work greatness. You work at it. And the people who are great had some struggles, and she'll have that, but she'll have it with us. Still believing in her throughout it all.
What do you look for in the first practice? What are you looking for in the first practice?
I mean, it's our first official practice. We've been practicing for a long time. For us, it's just energy, like a lot of energy. Like we have high expectations for some people. Like, Camilla has to step in the role of being our dominant post on the inside. She's got to also shoot from the outside as well. So we're working with her to embrace that role. She's very, very unselfish, and a lot of times, much like Aaliyah this past season, would pass out, to people who shoot half her field goal percentage. Can't do that. You can't. You got to bet on yourself sometimes, and we're working with Camilla to do that for her, for the next level, for us, for this level right here, because it's something that she needed to add to her game.
Who would you say is the leaders of this team?
Yeah, it shifts every day. Who we want to be the leader? We want Camilla to be a leader. We want Breezy to be a leader. We want this team to collectively understand what they need to do. Like, if you're given a choice, err on the side of the right thing to do. And that is an individual thing. So, but until we get that leadership part up to speed, coaches have to step in. We don't mind that.
When it comes to Chloe, how much different is it getting a player ready through a full off season and trying to just get her ready on the fly when she comes to the middle of the season like last year?
She's much further along because she came in last season. Much further. She's a much different player. Like, she makes good decisions. The offense flows when she's in the game. She's a worker. Like, she's a worker on both sides of the ball, and she's tough. She doesn't back down from anybody. She's no longer the timid Chloe. She's not. So, it's good. We're able to practice. We're able to play and see where we got some really bright spots on this team.
What are you hoping to see from Sanaya Fagan this season?
I hope she has a breakout season. She's practicing a lot better. Like, her name isn't being called a whole lot like it was last year in that manner. So it's all good stuff. But they somehow, when they've had the opportunity to play a whole lot, they figure it out by the junior year. You should figure out whether or not you played a whole lot, but she'll be able to step in and give us a boost, if not start. So.
Dawn, adding Khadijah and Winston, just what dimension have they added to the staff?
Energy, expertise. Winston, has a lot of years of experience coaching. It's different, great voice. He's able to actually practice with him a little bit. Khadijah's a coach. She's a coach. She's point guard. Like, when you play the point guard position, that's what you do. You're a point guard for life, and it's been seamless with her. I was thinking about Khadijah well before we had an opening, and when we had an opening for an opportunity, I'm like, D, let's go. I call her 2 Chains. And she's like, boom. It's been great. Like, you don't have to teach her anything. You don't have to guide her. Maybe you'll have to guide her with some other stuff, doing scouting reports the way we like to do them. But as far as basketball, top tier.
And she still got out on the floor.
Oh yeah, she gets out there. Like, we got a lot of highlighters down though. This is like half of the highlighters. So when they have class, she and Winston will step in and run the highlighter team.
During the game with the exhibition with Rutgers to tribute to Nikki, great idea. I can't imagine there aren't going to be a lot of people here. What's it going to be like? Is it going to be a straight up game, or will there be some play and then some interaction with the crowd?
No, it's a game. It's just it's a 40-minute game.
Yeah.
But it's the least that we could do for Nikki. I think I got to shout out to NCAA for actually approving it, because they don't approve things like this But I'm glad we're able to honor someone who was extremely passionate about the game. You know, she's a coach that loved young people, loved basketball, and didn't really imagine basketball not being, you know, her not being with basketball. So should be a great honor. Her husband, her mother-in-law, her son, they'll all be in attendance as well.
Don, how shocked are you that Asia finished third in the MVP voting?
You know, I mean, and people think that when we're expressing how we feel about Asia, that we're dampening, you know, Stewie and Alyssa's shine, and we're not. Like, we're in a world where we're able to give our opinion, our educated opinion. You may like it or don't like it. Like, if we don't like who they chose, we can express ourselves. But I just don't think there was anything more that Asia could have done. She got career numbers, and if she is the WNBA's Defensive Player of the Year for what she's been able to do offensively. To me, it's just a no-brainer. Just a no-brainer. And also I mean, you do what you want with your votes, but the person that voted for the fourth place vote, it puts you in a position to know, like, it puts you in a position to think there was some type of collusion, because you give her the fourth place vote, it takes points away from her in other areas, like, and it can't be trusted. Like, when you have a system like that, it can't be trusted for someone that have a vote to do that to an MVP candidate. It's off. They should not be able to vote again. I know they're not gonna reveal who voted for what and how they voted, which I think is atrocious as well, because we're here. We're here. You leave out all the controversy. You know, the people the people that are appointed to vote, right? We know who they are. We don't know how they vote. The NBA does it. We just need more transparency. And the fourth place they gave it a fourth place. They hide behind that now. So I think it's awful. Like, you know, Asia is going to be all right. She is. Did it hurt her? Absolutely hurt her. Because when you put it all on the line, and you got career numbers, and you're the Defensive Player of the Year, I don't get it. You can't tell me otherwise. Am I biased? I'm absolutely biased. But I would, if she wasn't who she was and what she's done by the numbers, I'm gonna be the first one to say, hey, somebody beat you out. They got you this year. But I don't have that. The only thing I can say is, you know, your harvest time is coming. It just wasn't this year.
All right, looks like they're ready for your wrap-up practice, Coach. Thank you so much.